Where we will play, but before we play them jump. We're gonna make them dance. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. When you play with your chance, you gotta lose it to right. Never get it to back. When you play, and you never take it too serious. Cause you want thing you know what a genius.
If the clock stopped, we would always have now. You know that's not how this is gonna go down. So don't wait, don't waste, don't take for granted. Let's use what we've been handed. Even if you don't understand it, like the singing is just take while you figure it out. Jump in. And don't you know the life goes? Yeah, you gotta step into the flow. Sometimes you gotta chase it. And it's what you make it.
You gotta think about your life, think about your future. The woman that you the things you wanna give up. Kuma makafana nyinga kese moleba. Ola chinga gambi agenda.
I had a dream about a thing that can never be. In reality, was standing right in front of me. You can write me, hold tightly, and fight for a might be. Never know what makes you mighty. Let a sure thing slip through your grip quick. And live looking back, regretting your judgment. And wait, hold up, I'm right here now. You and me, this is our 0 hour. And don't you know the life goes? Yeah, you gotta step into the flow. Sometimes you gotta chase it. And it's what you make it. This moment is a candle melting.
Maybe you never get another one. Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching this Random Cat Talk Thursday from. Muyombia Mark, Joshua Eden Farm, Chintu Mark, Ricky Chikawa Travel Live Vlog, Chris Fitness Ruburwa, Julius Mugarura, good morning, Shanko Gibbs, Agbala, Danny Nisingoma, Sechtoriko Norman, Waha Norman, Bruno Isingoma, Muyombia Mark. By the way, Mark Weber Kubuza, Starch, where is Dasha? Dasha aliwa? Richard Muwonge, Dasha aliwa Starch. Muchunguzi Gerald, good morning. So guys, why I'm bringing this topic over and over again, because on other platforms it's being discussed over and over again, and it's very discouraging on those other platforms. Buy a car, go to the bank, use it as collateral, take a loan, start a business. Arthur, it is high time people started thinking less about land. I bought land before it was time. I'm regretting now. Good morning. Good morning, Gerald. Where did you buy the land? When did you buy the land? How much did you buy the land? Gerald, share that, because it's important that we also know how much your regret is, because you may be regretting Nainga. You should not be regretting. Thank you, Ricky. Double tap. Ricky Chikawa Guy Muchunguzi. Bank loans can give you high blood pressure with those high interest rates. But the interest rates in Uganda, I don't know. Like the interest rates in Uganda are 28%. 28% in a normal bank if you're taking a small loan. Neyman Manuel, Nima, good morning. Paul Sema VIP, good morning. Henry Modern Juice. So guys, Muchunguzi is saying, buy a car, get a loan and start a business. Don't buy land. Don't buy land. He says that he bought land and he's regretting. Gerald, come and tell us. Where did you buy the land? How much did you buy the land? When did you buy the land? How much is the land worth now? And how much is your regret? Because I think personally I have never regretted. I've never regretted anything I didn't lose. If you still have the land, there is no regret there. Uganda is a country where you have to be extra creative, especially if you don't have a godfather or if you don't work in government. Yeah. Yes, Joe Frugamba, good morning. So guys, you have 20 million shillings, okay? Do you build a house? Do you buy a car? Or you start a business? You have 20 million shillings. What are you going to use it for? I don't know what YouTube wants from me. They keep taking away my things. They bring options and then they take them away. So guys, good morning, Chairman Zach. People should understand that most loans are scams. The Sidda Moroni, Sidda yo. Okuja interest free, but Islamic banking probably is one of the reasons why I would become a Muslim, to get Islamic banking loans. So guys, you have 20 million shillings. Do you build a house? Do you buy a car? Do you start a business? Now, I'm borrowing this from someone that brought the question yesterday. Yagambia ina million. And then also on X, I see a lot of discussions where people are discussing should you build a house? And of course one of the things they are discussing is that why are you building a house 30 kilometers away from your workplace? Why are you building a house 30 kilometers away from your workplace if you could rent nearer and have more peace, rest more? So Asha Keith is saying he would buy land, and Ricky Chika is asking 20 million with land or with no land. I have no idea. I want us to consider both situations, either with land or without land. Okay? Bobo yogera kubyombi, either with land. I need to come here and exchange my bottles. Either with land or without land. So guys, why am I using 20 million? Because it's a realistic Ugandan figure. I've seen a lot of you guys have the 20 million, or you are almost getting to the 20 million. Two, everyone can have an opinion about 20 million because Nebabata Naziweza, they will get it at a certain point. So everyone can have an opinion. Three, there is no obvious right answer. It all depends on where you're standing. And also, because 20 million is not a huge amount, it will naturally pull cars into the bigger life conversation, okay? With no land, I buy land. With land available, I start a business, okay? Now, guys, I want you to imagine this. You have 20 million on your account. It's not a loan, okay? It's not pressure money. you own your money, it's there on the account. So you have only one decision to make, to choose between building, buying a car, or starting a business. Okay? So let's talk about the car option. The car option, we all love cars, that's why we're here, right? So the car option is, I don't want to talk as if I am selling the idea of buying cars to you, yeah? So, but this is why I understand, this is what I understand why people choose cars. One, people buy cars for freedom of movement. Number one, freedom of, so that he can move at any time, wherever he wants to go. Number two, why people buy cars is for status. So that business improves, so that they see them differently and stuff like that. Number three is comfort. Number four is income potential. There are some people that buy cars either to do Uber or because they figure if they have a car or that particular car, their business will increase. So for income potential. The reality check is that 20 million doesn't get you a car from the bond. So you're basically going to be buying a used car, Ugandan used car. Katisawa's 20 million doesn't buy a car from the bond at all. It doesn't matter where you want to go, 20 million doesn't buy a car from the bond. So the reality is you're going to be buying a Ugandan used car with 20. Or you're going to get a loan car if you want a bond. Reality number two is that a car comes with fuel, maintenance, and other expenses, breakdown expenses. Reality number three is that the car is a consuming asset. Unless used wisely, it consumes, it doesn't give you back. A car is an asset, but it's a consuming asset. In Uganda especially, a car is a very big asset because it saves you from rain, from accidents, especially from accidents. So the question is the car serving your life or draining it? Because those are two things. A car can serve your life or drain your life. Okitegeera, emmotoka esobola okubeerawo ng'eyamba obulamu bw'okubeera nga bulungi oba okubwonoona obwonoonyi. So that's a question you need to ask yourself. But my 20 million can get a person from Pakistan bonds. Paul, where ya? Hey. The house option. Let's look at the house option. Now, 20 million starts a house, it doesn't finish it. I want us to be very clear. With 20 million, you can start a house, you can't finish it. It's important for us to note. So why do people choose land or houses? One, peace of mind. Two, long-term security. And three, cultural value. Omusajja tabeera musajja nga tayina wuwe. For me, I think that's the one reason why I built the first house I built. Nga buli ngamba ngenda wange nga nyina omusajja omukulu nga ngamba yo si wuwo naawe walandira odiwo. Okitegeera. Then I also had a mentor that used to tell me, Arthur, omusajja asajja kula maka. Tasajja kula apartment, tasajja kula muzigo. Omusajja asajja kula maka. You get it? So people buy or build houses, one, for peace of mind. They build houses for peace of mind. The thing is, having your own home relaxes you. Whoa. You can wake up and decide to plant a tomato somewhere and no one will touch you. Start, good morning. Dash Aliwa. Hade, it's okay. So people buy or build houses for reasons. People buy or build houses, one, because they want peace of mind. There is long-term security, and of course the cultural value. And of course, one thing we need to understand that some investments grow silently. Enyumba yeyo bobo million abiri boziteekawo n'ogiyingira, and yes 20 million osobola okuzimba n'oyingira, ibate wedde nayo oba oyingira. Okitegeera? So togenda kufuna cash return, and of course you need to have patience because million abiri kumpi oba wakazi bw'oba osaze okusitula nnyumba namba ennyumba eri standard ogenda kujjayo omusingi otukenga ku wall plate bw'onooba osikekkereza nnyo yiwe ne beam bw'oba osituddeko ruumu nga bbiri osobola okusitula omusingi n'ezo ruumu bbiri n'ozimala n'oziyingira. That's the method that a lot of people that have experience building have followed. Let's talk about the business option. Business has risk but with potential. Okay? Business will need your time. You'll need to be there. So why do people choose business? People would choose a business because there is income growth. You're expecting the money to grow. And of course, number two, you expect to be independent. And of course, number three, the pride of owning your own business. Business young. But the reality check is many businesses fail early. Some businesses fail rent ya soka bwagwayo bwejiba miezi mukaga rent oyo bugwayo nga business eggalawo. Okay? Some businesses marawo omwaka gumu ne zigwa nga ate bananyerezo basigaza amabanja. Kitegeera. And also businesses require discipline, a lot of discipline. And without structures, money disappears. Business oboji kwata winga toina structure, toina system, the money will go. So sente tizagala kusinika manyo lero katuyite Kampala Road, the money will go. Bakyatukkiriza okuvuga wanuwe, batukkiriza tebatukkiriza naye ate bali bwe baba bagenze bayinza okukwata nzaali sembi emabega nga luwa abasoose mu maaso bayimiriza asoose mu maaso nze n'endeega Kasubaro ako mukalaba ka cross sport miliyoni 222 Oza nafuna mu 18 bomukama bakwatiddeko eyo Subaru eyemu ku Subaru engumu zotalina kyoyinza gikolako eyo. The insight is that businesses will test your character. I am telling you. Fabekozesa tubimanyi. Era nalaba wano omuntu ng'agamba nti abantu abeekozesa balina freedom. Muzeeyi. Abantu abasinga abeekozesa Uganda beekozesa kuba ababakozesa obulungi baabula. Baboosi abalungi baabula ne baboosi abalina ku ssente baabula. Akambere boosi wange. 20 million builds a simple house from a shipping container. Ante ngoguze container ya mmeka. Tuvuze wanuwe. Ate mulaba n'omusirikale wuyo abadde atuyita tuvuge wanuwe. So tetwetuminkiriza. Driving proud. So guys, let's agree. 20 million is not a lot of money. So the real decision is not made by the amount of money you have. You have 20 million, you have to decide either to build a house, start a business, or buy a car. The real decision doesn't come from the amount of money. The real decision is going to depend on a number of things. Number one, your age. Decision yeyo. Okay? Number two, you're going to depend on the family responsibility. Oyina buvunaanyizibwa ki? Oyina abaana? Oyina omukyala? Number three, the stability of your income. Sente zijja nga bw'ozaagala oba tezijja. Number four, the level of discipline. Like how much discipline do you have when go omuntu? bw'otandika okukola olina discipline kine ssente. Yeah, and the last point is of course the risk tolerance. If you're the kind of person at a risk, business gireke n'emmotoka nnyini oyinza obutagisobola kuba ejja kufa kati oyinza obona kyokitya awo gwe zimba ennyumba yo obeere n'amaka go okitegeera. So you have some 20 million but we have different lives because of the different factors that are in our lives. Nabagamba luli ata azimba ennyumba gwoyinza oba ennyumba togyetaaga okitegeera. Different correct answers, tewali answer ntuufu, tewali answer ntuufu. And of course guys, whoever has tried all these options, you can share. If you have had 20 million and tried a business, did it work out? Okay, if you have had 20 million or 30 million and decided to do a business instead of building, or if you have built instead of you build instead of a house, instead of a business or a car, what happened? If you could, some of you guys that are in your late 30s and early 40s, if you made the decision, what would you advise your younger self in your 20s and early 30s? What would you advise your younger self if you had that 20 million? Chichi waligambye your young self to do. If you have land, 20 million can build you a 2-bedroom house, 10 million to wall plate, 7 million roofing, and 3 million doors and windows. Talking from experience. Nuwa habagambye. If you already have land, 20 million oyingira. And he has not said you complete the house, ayagambye oyingira. You buy, like Moza agamba, you buy a shipping container 10 million, design it into a multi-purpose home and simple shop. Muchiwulidde ekyo ogula 40 feet 20 feet. Jokabali Arthur, would you rather buy a cross sport or a used Mark X? The cross sport. I think this time I am with the cross. No, I'm with the cross sport. Mark X. I really want to choose the cross sport. Jokabali, your question on the variance. I really want to choose the cross sport, but I can't. I'm still choosing the Mark X. Unfortunately, you know all the factors and the reasons. Chairman Zaka, how about investing, getting a skill or further studies? Oh, speaking as a person, Noah Hanuman bagamba bakuwe 20 million ozimbe nyumba eyo. Anti Jovan tagamye nti ewedde. And also the other thing is, Jovan, people build houses of different sizes. Noah ayinza okuba agenda zimbe nyumba nga ya 10 feet, buli karoom ka 10 feet. Million abiri zikazimba. I am telling you for a fact. Nga ayinamu ekinaabiro mu nyumba. Million abiri zikazimba nga kali awo tekayina kirala n'asimayo ne katoyi ebweru n'akateekako akayumba. Okitegeera naye era oluggi luba lumu. 20 million zisobola okukazimba naye kaba katidi, kaba tekawedde ne finishing aba tawedde. So guys, the question is, I saw the discussion yesterday on X. Kakande are pushing the narrative that don't build a home, invest in government bonds. It's not a very bad narrative, but personally, this is what I think. I think buying government bonds is okay, but the rate of return, for most of us, it might not work for us. Fenga buli mwaka osobola ku investinga million 2-5 kiyinza ate obutakolera nnyo makulu. Okitegeera ezo million 5 ate waliwo gwo by'olinamu skill by'osobola ozikolamu ate ne zizaala nnyo. Ontegeera kati nze million 5 ate nyina byensobola ozissaamu ne zibikomyawo nnyo okusinga government bonds. I personally believe government bonds should be reserved for people that can save a lot of money. Nga omwala bajjeke yagamba every year he is going to be investing 50 million every year. In 10 years ajja kubata de 500 million. Now 500 million, if it's giving him 10%, 500 million will be giving him 50 million every year. So niba bapangisa nyumba ya million 2 yetaga 24 million okupangisa nga bwakola n'ebirala ne babeerawo ne family. That's why he said he's not building a house. Okitegeera. But like I said, guys, and I used to say it even with JK here, I don't know about Mwalimu Kamori ajatubuzeeko. We are at different positions in life. JK kati yeto taagala zimba nyumba ye naye yamalo zimbe ya mama we ate ya be nyumba mama we ya be erimu ezange nga 2 ate nga nayo bangalo. Okitegeera kati ye aina already wali kati nabagamba me personally one reason I built sina je mpita waffe ewange ye waffe. Okitegeera there are some people ngo obulamu bwe bugana aina jaddukira. Okay, obulamu bwe buganye aina jaddukira jagenda. And then there are people like me nze nzirukira wange. So for me building a home was not an option. Kati there are people nga gwe mama wo jali oba taata wo jali nga yazimba ng'osobola okgendayo embeera ezo ekutabukako n'ogenda. Kati gwe tolina ate kupapa kuzimba kuba embeera ate embeera etabuka. Uganda wano embeera etabuka. Olaba embeera etabuka ku Kevin Spacey. You guys know Kevin Spacey yazanya mu House of Cards. Akakazi kamuwayiriza nti yakakwata nga teyakakwata. Omuyayi ne bamukansolinga mu Hollywood yonna ng'alina amabanja. House of Cards as a company ne bamusuwinga n'omusuwinga yabafiiriza. Kati alina yadde ekikumi asula mu Airbnbs. Okitegeera. But of course that's case of Kevin Spacey kubanga alimba namo because for them bali to organize, they even get residual income tebalinga fe ba Arthur. Nze project bwe gwako ebeweddeko. So the question is, where are you standing as a person? Oyagala gula government bonds? Because I've seen a lot of people nga bagamba like Kakandi yabadde agamba, why are you building a house 30 kilometers from town where you're going to spend 2 hours traveling? And a lot of people have had mixed feelings. Nga bagamba ekifo ky'okuzimba ennyumba 30 kilometers from town nze kansigale wano nga mpangisa okumpi newenkolera. Now there are two kinds of people that are moving that narrative. Person number 1 has a lot of money. Kwa account ayinza oba alinako million nga 7 oba 5. Oyo omuntu sente z'alina zimusobozesa okweyagala aleme kuzimba kuba akimanyi at any one time he can get 100 million and buy a house. That's person number 1. And I know some of these people on X. I'm a marketing person, so I know some marketing people that have made a lot of money. Some of them are the leading marketers in the country. So they have been making a lot of money, commission. So asorobanga ina million nga lukaga kwa account nga nibo atazimba nyumba at any one point asoro kwata million 15 na agule nyumba. But person number 2 that is in this discussion is the person that doesn't actually have money. Ninga tasobola kwogera nti talina sente nga alina kwekaza ne bana abalala nti naye kimugana okuzimba kuba wala. Ontegeera kati abantu ba mirundi ebiri abali mu discussion ey'obutazimba walala w'okolera. There are 2 people. Then obviously there is another third person probably. This is the person that has the money to build. They're just scared. They because they have buli wagenda ku X oba buli wagenda ku TikTok ba motivational speaker ne bamugamba togeza n'ozimba nga tonaweza million 5 togeza n'ozimba nga tonakola kino. So there are those confused ones. But the major parties that are in this discussion are 1, the person that doesn't have money, and 2, the person that has a lot of money. Kati nze ndi mu bantu abatalina sente, abatalina sente from the start. There is this one thing I know, every month we get some new followers, so I'm going to say this here again. Fe obwana bw'embaata katuzimbe. Semuwanga fe obwana bw'embaata for all near ewuwo, even if it's 2 rooms, your kids have a home. Thank you very much. It's a very important thing. Not everyone needs to build. Waliwo abantu bemanyi nga balina amaka ekololo nga balina amaka ebugoloobi ng'ennyumba gy'ayagala gy'asulamu. I work with one person for the love of cars. Twabadde tuyitawa bugoloobi. Twabadde tushooting emmotoka ki? Let me just remember. Twabadde kyali wajjala. Nandaga ennyumba yaabwe ng'eri ku kkubo bweti. Ne mugamba gwe ng'oli planned kid. Nangamba asiri planned kid naye bwe kyoba omanya kiri kimu. Bwe njagala okwebaka nzija ne neebaka. Ontegeera. They also have a family home in Kagoma. Nga naye yazimba ye naye nga ye tagisula namu. Ontegeera ye tagisula namu tasula nayo. Kati yagamba wa mutama n'omutama naye nga yagizimba n'agimala. Naye nga balina ekyali wajjala mu town, balina ekawempe. So kati waliwo abantu abalina family like those ones, eh? So Ozamo Santu is saying decision based on what you consider low risk, but land is safer when it has someone in need of it. If you choose to sell and business, you don't know what to expect, if it can work or fail. Yeah. Boards are a wrong move. Bad. The investor 7 million can pay off the loan. Arthur, the trick in my opinion is you invest in a government bond, you can borrow against it. The advantage bonds are in discounted. So look at it like investing 7 million, borrowing 7 million again from a bank. Okay? And then you pay back how much? After me, I suggest we invest 10 million in a business, then acquire a plot of 10 million. Building must be in phases from the little profit we get in the business. Thank you. Or Frank. After me, I started construction, but I had to put on a hold because I saw how much I invested in. I went to business. I will finish later. So guys, mbadde nkyabagamba. Me, I love cars. I bought my first car when I was 20. I didn't even know what life held for me. I just wanted a car. So I bought it, and when I bought it, nenzira ewa jjajja. Ewa jjajja nali nazimbawo obulumbu bwange bubiri. And so I lived there while I was at campus. Nga nvuga nenvaayo emutundu nenzija. Nemmala nenvaayo eri ewa jjajja. Olwamala campus nenvaayo nenziramu nempangisa. And then when navaayo, I think then the reality came that ewa jjajja tewali waffe because wali bukojja. Nga sina wengenda nze gamba nti wano we waffe. And I think it hits the more you grow, then it hits as your friends are saying, because I know friends of mine nga ne plot gyayina taata we yagigula n'agimuguza later on. Kati taata, if your dad bought a plot of land and then sold it to you, you get it? Ngeri kumpi, you cannot come and compare yourself with Arthur, who bought at a time when he got the money. Nti gwe taata wo yagula, taata wo yalina emyaka ana probably n'agula ngulu ategedde ebyettaka n'agula plot n'aga njijuwa mutabani wange. Ayinza n'oba yaplaninga gikuwa agenda omutwe munene n'aga kanji muguze. Ontegeera. So you need to understand where you stand from. When you compare yourself to the other friend of mine abayina ebaka ekyali wajjala ekawempe maganja n'ebifo ebirala bingi byayogerako, and then you compare yourself with the person who can actually acquire land from their dad ng'ettaka lya kumpi at any one time wazuukira, and then you compare yourself to one person that makes a lot of money nga kati probably they have accumulated like 500 million on the account, and they are saying, you know what, don't do those things. And then you compare yourself with those people. There are people that I would actually advise to build first before buying cars. Kisinzira mbeera gy'olimu. I also, guys, want you to understand, it still doesn't make sense for me to invest 500 million to get 50 million per year minus taxes. Anti katulaba Jonathan, some people talina kirala ky'abamanyi kukola. Kati bw'oba talina kirala ky'amanyi kukola, investing the 500 to get 50 might be viable for now. Nga bw'akola obulala obutonotono, because ate there are people that have invested 500 million zonna ne zifa. After a person who has a narrative of business, first, just know that person is so selfish to themselves and his children. The person doesn't think about the kids and grandkids. Maybe they do, Ray. Maybe they do. And maybe they think investing in a business will be something that generates money for him to buy a home for those people. Guys, ekintu kiri kimu ku nyumba. Emmoroka eri important. That's why me, I am pro buy a car you can afford. I will always support someone that buys a Chivina at 7 million and uses the money to do other things. The Chivina is not your ideal car, but it's what you can afford. The Chivina is not your ideal car, but it's what you can afford. Woboina 20 million probably ngoyagala oguleke moroko zimbeko ne nyumba. You buy a car of 7 and use the 13 to start doing whatever you do with your house. And guys, ne 10 million ozimba no yingira. Nze nyumba yange yekasanga ati najizimba ne million nyane nyingira. Yekasanga ati je nasookamu. Oh! I entered. My sister came when I was entering because a friend of mine shifted my things in a role. And my sister tried to get she was seated in my car. And she wrote me a letter. Because it wasn't like, you know, it's not normal for I was at that time I was 26, I think. Yeah, it's not a common thing for a 26-year-old to just go and enter a house that is not complete. But me, I am the kind of person, when I decide to do something, I will do it, and I will not stop until I've done it. So she wrote, I've never been able to read that thing. I think she wrote it from a place of, oh my dear brother, I've never been able to read that thing. I've started to read it like 2 times, and it always felt so sad. So I've never been able to read it. 4 million, I entered the house. I built 2 rooms with 4 million. 4 million, 2 rooms, and an outside toilet. Bajita toilet, latrine. 4. What happens when you lose business and the kids stay in Mozigo? Business is unpredictable. If you do not have a place that you call home, a place you are welcome to anytime, please buy a plot and build. Thank you, Geoffrey. It's a very important, guys. Me, I don't have a place where I'm welcome. Nze nakula buli wendaga mba foreigner. Neka tisewe wange njoga nyingira nempa command okitegeera. I really love cars, but a house hits differently. A house can be your fallback position when everything goes wrong. Unlike the car, for people like me who fear uncertainty, building is not up for debate. So guys, there are people probably that don't have a lot of money and they're saying, "Nae Arthur, nyumba ezimbika." Me, in my first house, najingira with 4 million. Nasereka chuyi chimu. There was no ceiling. Ceiling najiteka mu later on. No ceiling, chuyi chimu, 1 door. The door that has a window, you know those doors that come with a window. And I entered. There was Nkokoto. Yes, the Nkokoto was there. Naingira ne Nkokoto mbisi. Then later on I came and built the 3rd room. And then I started the Chiwempe fence. And then I went until the house was complete and people could buy it, and I sold it. Even if you have a place of guardians, guardians are not your parents. Nze jajja wange anjagala. Ne jajja wange alina abaana be balina abazzukulu. My auntie one time yangamba wano si wammwe. My auntie yangamba wano si wammwe. And I was in senior 3 when she told me that. Senior 3. And for me, I never forgot it. Nemanya nti eno bukojja. Kati ate nga ne gye banzala ne simanyi, I'm not welcome there. I don't feel even if I was welcome, I would not feel it. So there is that thing, like Geoffrey has said, like ani agambye kana kambata semuwanga. Bakana kambata, you build your home. You have a place where you can go at any time, enter, ne batakutunulira nti ono anonye eki. Okitegera, it's very important. Now let's talk about the methods of building. I've been talking to a number of people, and there's a story that was shared with me. Oli, there are some people that build out of pressure, family pressure. Oli family yamugambe enyumba toli jimala, so he got a loan, and then he took his wife to roofings. Said, "Lord, I'm about to go yagala to against to judge jimala." Then he took the wife to a place where they do welding. Londa design ijo yagada to again to Jajimala. By the time the roofing and the doors were done, the money was over. The house is not shifting now. I find that one of the biggest pitfalls of people that are building houses is to build to show other people that you can build. Building to show other people that you can build. Your mistake, you're going to waste a lot of money in trying to show people until you are man. Guys, people don't care. I've been telling you the same thing even with I've been telling people with cars. Any person that cares how your car looks, that person does not care about you. I know she was right, but that's the place where I grew up from. My father and mother died when I was 2. I was 2. I remember my grandmother would put me on her back when she was going to places. That's how young I was. So that's the only place I knew as a home. Yes, it maybe technically it was never my home, but that's the only place I knew. Nzira jjajja wange senga saakulanga bangamba nti muyite jjajja nalibadde simuyita jjajja. Ontegeera. There is an auntie of mine, she died when I was in P6. She's the mother to my sister Kenjogera Kenyowana, akakampandikira a note in my diary. That auntie of mine, I used to think she was my mother. Ngamamwita Mama Arthur. Until rumu yankuba na kale na yonona sente fees. You know nali kavubuka kachafa au P5 au. Kati nganti ayo mu office ne bampa sente. Bisere nali nsomera, there is a school called St. Anthony awe Kajansi. Ne bampa emitwalo 5. In that time yali that was 90 what. Bampa emitwalo 5 njitwale yo ewa basa. I kept the money in the socks. I feared to go to the office, so the money got spoiled. So she was beating me for the good reason. And when she beat me, the maid young ambo yono siya akuzala. If that maid had not told me, I would never have figured that woman wasn't my mother. So that's how deep that place was for me. And for someone to tell me this is not your home. So anyway, etuveyo. Tuchari mukuzimba. It depends on a person, because financially you can do both, but prevailing circumstances might limit. Personally, I have 2 land titles, 3 acres, 50 by 100, and a small one, 40 by 46. I'm 29. That's a very good thing, Starch. Kat where are you standing? Bw'okomawo. Kat reality Starch egenda kubeera nungi nnyo ng'okomyewo Kampala. When you're in Kampala, that's Kampala reality hits a little bit different. Era I find that omuntu ng'okyali ebweru ng'okyakolerayo oba olina okugatta waligasse nnyo n'okoma wano ng'ebisinga obigasse, at least ebisinga ebipanikingisa abantu ng'amayumba ng'emmotoka ojenga ebyo nga onoonya mmere. Abasinga abali ebweru, that's the one thing I would advise you. If you have a chance to continue working there, beerayo kati nga bw'olaba nti wafuna ettaka. Bw'obanga contract yene esobola okwongera n'emala n'ezimba ojjanga ekyo okikutudde kuboga omulimu obviously. So but I was saying tozimba kulagako bantu nti olina amaanyi nti oba olina ssente. The people don't care. Me, I know people don't care. The people that care don't matter. The people that matter don't really care. And when you're going to build a house, nabagamba tuzimba with capital, tuzimba with profit, tuzimba with residual money. Sente zisigalawo zozimbamu kiringa bw'oba okola emmoloka nga project car ogikola mu sente zisigaddewo. Okitegeera, project car togikola mu capital wo. Project car kyova olaba abasajja bakola project car for 5 years nga akyakola eyo mmoloka. Z'okutte 10 z'oteekako. Togipapiramu. Okitegeera, kati n'ennyumba tebagipapiramu. Osobola okuzimba akasooka n'oyingira n'olaaza. Okitegeera. It's important for you guys to understand. I realize when you look at the discussions where people are discouraging people from building houses, most of those people have this thing in mind that you have 100 million ogenda zikwatoziteekewo mulundi gumu. Me, I have seen the way people enter houses, at least people that are I saw a thing yesterday, someone was saying that intelligent people don't develop because they are always stuck in analyzing, in making the ideal picture, in writing proposals. But people that are not so intelligent, they are on the ground working. Kati gwe gy'onoolindira miliyoni 10 okuzimba ennyumba efaanana apartment yo, abantu bakuta obusente bwabwe obutono bo bazimbye bayingidde ennyumba zaabwe bazimaliriza bali munda. And I think that's where the problem is. Most of you guys oli mu apartment eyo gy'opangisa emitwalo 8 oyagala ennyumba ogiyingire ng'efaanana apartment yo, okitegeera. And that's one thing that might not happen, because how many young people can reserve 150 million shillings okuzimba ennyumba ebenge ewedde? Very few. Okitegeera. Fe abantu abamu kati nze, for example, ennyumba eyange gye ndimu ze nagiyingira ng'eringa kifulukwa ne family yange with my kids, and nga tetulina masanyalaze, and I was looking at my kids like, okay, we didn't have power, and one of my neighbors nampaka solar nengula ettaala z'omukono, and I would see my kids every day when natera inverter mu motoka. Mujjukira I had the inverter in my Corolla, and my kids, every time we went back home, we would have laptops charged and phones charged. So after they have showered, they sit in the chairs, and we give them the phones or the laptops to watch cartoon, so that they don't feel the void. But there is water, running water, there is power, and every day we would go back home, put jerrycans in the car, we go with Mama Ban to the borehole to get water. So that's the kind of life we entered that house in. And the people that have seen us, because we have family members that have been visiting us every year, that's how we build houses in Uganda. But of course it depends. Me personally, I can rent. Okulukagwa wasuzotya oya akubulire moroka y'ekyekolo okinkeberereko ebiganye diagnosis kale se ebiganye ene moroka twagiteekamu alarm acting up. Me, I think what it does is normal kabajinkebererekawo mwe bagayi mbadde nkyabagamba ennyumba togizimba kufaanana apartment mwosula. And I think abantu abali corporate abasinga yensonga lwaki bamaliza bazzeeyo mu kyalo, kubanga ye ayagala ayingira ennyumba ng'efaanana apartment. Kansome wano, kansome. Starch naye gwe starch oyine waataatawo ne bw'otasuuka kuzimba. But Mr. Arthur, I also find building in a bad situation also has it, because sooner you realize it's not enough. I also found that challenge, but then I think you have to follow your choice. Dan, when we entered that house, ennyumba yange yasooka nagiyingira ndi nzekka nga sinawasa Mama Ban. I never regretted entering. I felt so good. So good. Nagiyingira tenaggwa. Ng'eyita I felt so good, man. I felt so good. When we were trying in Matuga, I felt good. It was incomplete, but finally I was getting my kids a bigger house. Era when I nzimba nakola corridor, everyone nangane corridor ngane, it was even bigger than it is now. But if corridor ngane bone bagikendeza lwampaka na ere kyali nene, my kids can play football in it. Hey, osegera. I was finally going to get my kids a bigger house. We had a bigger piece of land, and I felt good. It was even further than where I was living. But then, me, embeera gye nalimu nga tukyali mu kitaka. For a person that is living in an apartment that is complete tiled, ng'ebweru waliyo enkokoto, when they come to your house, they feel like you made the wrong decision. But 3 years later, when they come back, 3 years later, nibaja ne batuna ku moroka ku nyumba yo, they would wish they had started with you. Okitegeera. Start your plan nungi. What if you are single, as in no kids, no woman? Would you rent first, build your business, and then build later? Chintu Mark, nzenga bwendi wano. I would build first. Knowing what I know, guys, there is peace in having a home because then you can plan long term. One of the things that I saw when Nazimba, I started investing more in my businesses. Nze muda wa convention teyakola sente yaruli. Nginda jiddam. There are so many things that I've done that did not make money, but I can afford to not make money because landlord tamanja. Ontegeera. Sina landlord. So I can afford to take bigger risks. Ontegeera. We entered our house with a roof alone. No doors, windows, no concrete, no plastering. It was a site. Mwe ate no katamba yanyumiza engeri gye yayingira ennyumba ate yaba yenyuma ku kimeza. Me, I thought I entered my house badly, but katamba is something else. Katamba yalina obbanyumiza engeri gye yayingira ennyumba isijja binyumya naye katamba yanyuma teyabinyumya ku kimeza. Katamba yanyumiza engeri gye yayingira ennyumba ne mutunuulira nti nengamba musajja gwe teyabinyumiza ku kimeza. But I think nobody regrets entering their house like that because they see the progress. I was talking to one guy last week and he told me, bro, build a house when you can. And this is a guy who has worked since 2007, earning well. He invested in 2000 in thousands of businesses around Kampala, but majority failed and he lost money. But now, if one sees it, they assume we entered when it's done. How does it take years? Another thing I believe, when you wait for a house to be fully complete, you might take longer, unlike when you make it a habitat. Then you enter, you are urged to build faster and make it. And by the way, guys, you need to understand, entering a house that is incomplete is breaking the law. Legally, it's not allowed for you to enter a house that is not done. Legally. But I think that's one of the things that is beautiful about Uganda, is that you can do what you want. The fulfillment you get after completing a house is unmatched. Every man needs to experience it. I buy a car because I need to inspect my project while driving. No mugaga where we get it tight. Ante ogulayo kibina. Fede saro tungisa how is kabali. Guys, ekintu kyenyumba kino, I know some of you guys are on X and you might be almost misguided. Sagar, I don't want anyone to misguide you guys. A house is unmatched, especially for a man. If everything fails, you have a place to go back to. That's very important. I have an inspection today and the person has called me 3 times, so I have to say bye-bye. Guys, I can take bigger risks because I don't have a landlord. And even if I am broke, my kids might not know because they sleep in their own room, which is really nice and comfortable. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Banaga can't work. Muntegeda. The thing is, I can take bigger risks. Guys, starting this channel was also a gamble. But I could do it because why not? Me, the moment I buy land, I will shift instantly. Foundation will find. Ate Henry. Henry katenze kankuwe. Henry wali pisene mbiranga engineer we. Olabe nyumba eyo. Henry, to papa. Enyumba eyo bono wo mazogula. Situlo omusingi ogwo gwa bbeeyi bwo bosusimba ennyumba eri standard y'ebisenge ebisatu. Omusingi gw'ennyumba y'ebisenge ebisatu ng'eri guys, I've seen people tell you musimanya with 14-15 million or basimanya 20 million you can build a 3-bedroom. That's not a house. A 3-bedroom house eri standard ng'ebisenge byemala. Omusingi guli emiliyoni 8. Omusingi guli emiliyoni 8 kwambuka waggulu. Nga bagizimbye standard. Kati, Henry, this is what you're going to do. Because me, I have an experience. Nze nyumba yake kasanga najizimbira wiki emu nenjiyinga. Ejo! 1 week and I entered. So this is what you're going to do as an expert of entering incomplete houses. you're going to kusitulako omusingi ogw'ebisenge ebya babizimbe babiguse bwe bazimbye ekyo you need a maximum of 2 weeks. Kitegeeza landlord ogwo omwezi togumusasula gwe beeramu landlord bw'agira omugambi naye nsonyiwa guno omwezi gunsonyiwa ebintu bitabusoveemu ositulako ezo ruumu eza 2 zisitule teekako omulyango oguyingira ennyumba osobola oteekako omulyango kuliko n'eddirisa oyingire naye teekako obumuli nga buwera oleme kuziyira oyiwe enkokoto kale oyiwe enkokoto oyingire kati olyoka otandika okusitula omusingi ogusigadde mu mpola. Those with storied houses batubuulire how much does a foundation cost? Some says it's 30 million, others 45. Jovan, from what I know, bwoba oyiwe enkokoto, because a storied house you have to emboozi enyumye nnyo bagayi emboozi enyuma a storied house anti okola piira nomala n'oyiwa n'enkokoto sikyo kati bw'oyiwa enkokoto eyo gye bayita siraabu eya fuuti nga 2 ku 10 esobola okumalayo miliyoni nga 12 siraabu gyekewuunaze so guys jeke omusingi gw'ennyumba eri gye wazimba gwakumalako sente mmeka? Nze kimanye ennyumba ya kalina ya bbeeyi sinza na kugyepankako. Siraabu is one of the biggest expenses. Siraabu eyo kati ogatteko bino ebiyimirira bino beba bitawatya pillars. So anyway, Henry togenda ku ploti nga tonnaba kuzimba naye ekintu kiri kimu osobola okuyingira mu wiiki emu wiiki eja nga wayingidde dda okitegeera kati awo n'olyoka otandika okuzimba bino ebirala but all in all 16 million ndowooza owulire omusingi gwa jeke gwamulako naye jeke gwo eno side emu wawanvu sikyo mukitegedde foundation ya jeke but jeke's house is big, it's huge naye omusingi side emu muwanvu 16 million kati nze mbabulira a standard house 3 bedroom nga standard si buyumba aliwo abantu abazimba obuyumba ne balimba abantu but I built in a slanting ground and had several foundation beams. Kyekyo waliwo abantu abazimba obuyumba ne babalimba mbu standard nze nyina obuyumba there are houses I see people selling on TikTok and I say yeah, why would someone buy this car thing? With that money you can start building a standard house. But of course there are people that don't like to build houses. Like there's someone here that told me, Arthur, me I'm going to buy a house. Abazimbi babbi. Nemugane abazimbi nga si babbi. Okitegeera. But of course that's what he decided. There are those houses that with tiny rooms. Nga ka room in actual sense kali 8.5 by 8.5 feet. Munda. Okitegeera 61 feet by 51. Ye nego enyumba yo nene jeke. 61 feet by 51 feet. That's a huge house. That's a huge house. 61 by 51. That's huge. That's huge. So guys, enyumba eri standard gwebeera nga okimanya egenda kuli miliyoni 8 mu musingi. Nze kamba siibule. A storied house is different issue mukwano. The columns and the ground slabs zitwala sente nyingi. Siraabu ezo. Nze dda nali negomba ne kalina naye kati sigyegomba. Genda okulaba okaddiwa amadaalo n'ogali nnyo ate ogenda gisaamu lifuti. Tuwe ku nnyumba nati si weewalula ng'okaddiye. Kasifa abazadde abaana abalenzi bagenda fuluma ennyumba bagenda bajjukira maama waabwe yekka. Kyova olaba nkola squats saagala magulu gano ganveemu ng'obudde bukyali. Guys, thank you very much for being here, but don't let anyone discourage you from building a house. Don't let anyone discourage you from buying a car, because yes, I understand that they are telling you that investing is a good thing, and it's definitely a good thing, but there is money that makes more sense. Omanyi peace of mind fe wane Uganda everything is a hustle. Buli kimu kumpi obanga alwana, almost everything obanga alwana, left right and center ine ebikuba. The only place where you're going to get peace is your home. Kyovula abantu buli muntu asobola okuzimba azimba. Ebitukuba bingi wane Uganda tetuli ebweru nze mbadde Europe emirundi egiwera. Bugenda Europe ogenda okulaba abantu tebeerwana kiryawo, buli muntu amindinga business ye. The only place where you will have that peace nga tolina kikulwana wakaawo. Ne mu business zetukola abantu batulwana. Afuba okulaba ng'ogwo abanga agamba gubonoovawo ye nga asituka. Some of you guys at work, you have people fighting you. The only place where you're going to have peace ogamenti kyekyo is your home. Eyo gye watagenda kubaa kulwana okujjako ate nga wasiza ate omukazi obanga ofumbiddwa omusajja atalina magezi, ekyo nakyo ate kiralamu okitegeera. But don't let anyone discourage you. I'd like to tell you, nze nayingira ennyumba yange ekasanga ati nga ngizimbisize miliyoni 4 nenjiyingira nenjibeeramu emyezi egiwera nenooka ntandika okwongerako obusente obutonotono okitegeera. So don't let anyone discourage you nti okuzimba waliwo abagamba mbu okuzimba ewala nigyokolera. Muganda wange nze when I went to Norway I lived with someone that lived about 50 kilometers from Oslo and he would drive every day ng'avuga buli naku ng'alina ne wasanga toll n'asasula. So the times that he did not drive I would sit in a bus and even sleep. Naye nga gy'abeera ng'alinayo ne home office. Yali yadivorcinga ne mukazi we naye nga ne mukazi we tabeera wala nnyo ne waabeera, kati bwe yava ewa mukazi we ndoza n'agenda agula ennyumba eyiye endala. So you need to understand that our distances are not far. It's the infrastructure that makes us feel like we live far. Nzembera 35 kilometers from here. That's not far. Do you know one thing that makes this far? Nze okuva ewange okutuuka e Bwaise nvugirawo eddakiika 3 nga jjaamu ankutte n'okunkwata. Kati okuva e Bwaise okutuuka wano wendi nvugirawo essaawa. Ontegeera? And of course now there are people that tell you tozimba omulimu gwo ededede gyokolera wala. Hey, wala kati bwe bagambye mbogenda beera static in one place. Okitegeera kyogamba ba government babawa transfer bote baazimbe olw'okuba basigala bamuwa transfer. And there are so many, for me I see a lot of unrealistic discussions on the point of whether to build or not to build. But me I would like to encourage you as a person nze ng'omunayuganda owa wansi omuntu wa wansi nti the moment you can actually build ne bwe kaba katono kazimbe, ne bw'oba oli single kazimbe, especially if you're a man. Guys, we need to discuss this thing. Yesterday a lady called me. I think we shall talk about it tomorrow. A lady called me nangamba ennyumba gye basulamu ye yagizimba, emmoroka bbaawe gyavuga ye yagigula, yaweerera abaana, yagula emmere. You guys, abasajja twetaaga ndooza tuddemu twetereeze. And that's not the first woman that I've talked to that says that. Abasajja simanyi kye tuliko. Obeera otya ewaka nga togula mmere, emmoroka omukazi gye yagigula gy'ovuga, yakuteera amafuta mu mmotoka, yaweerera abaana bo. Ate omukazi yaŋŋambye bwe nzirayo ewaka ate nampisanga ekisiimuula. Now I know someone is going to come and say ate abakazi beegendeze tobamanyi basala ebigambo. Anti saakwogera n'omu nyina ne bemmanyi personally ngamba manyi ng'omuntu nga n'embeera gy'ayitamu ngimanyi. Abasajja tulina okwetereeza. I know some of you guys that are watching this broadcast are like that, but it's bad. As a man, nabagamba one reason why I don't have a lot of kids is because I want to continue being a man. Abaana bo bengo obasobola. Temuzaala abaana be mutayagale kulabirira. Temuwasa bakazi be muta. Bw'oba toyagala kubeera na mukazi tomuwasa. Bw'oba tomusobole tomuwasa. Bw'oba oyagala kubeera na mukazi ng'oyagala mufuula sireevu tomuwasa. Katulyogereko enkya muyombya Mark, Joshua Eden Farm, Chintu Mark, Ricky Chikawa, Travel Live Vlog, Chris Fitness, Julius Mugarura. Bana guys, yesterday twaguze moroka. One of the people benayi nabo luli eguli yaguze moroka. Twaguze Rumion, twaguze 21.5 million shillings. Eyina ebyokukola yakufuuwa. Twaguze 21.5 million shillings. Twasasuddeko 19 million shillings. Tojjango ombuza Rumion ye million 21 simanyi gyeri. Simanyi Rumion ya million 21 gyeri. Eje mixer yena bagambe jigwa ku bantu wabadde practice yo 19 nga tajagala kuba yabadde yali badde asobola okusasula practice ku milioni 19 n'agimalayo ate practice nga teetaaga kufuuwa nenga nenyini practice naye tapiikinga bulungi kati ate yesterday lalo nyini batuletedde wano Alex nga ya 14 n'agizira so mwe kyemba mumanya nti normally when we make decisions of buying cars ngenda basharingira ebifaananyi ne report then tomorrow we'll talk about that car wabaddewo Alex ye 14 yagiganye yagivuze namu n'agigaana atasimanyi bya moroka naye atugende ne room yoni yo practice yagigana na luli nga practice ya 19 ne yeewola room yoni eya 21 n'ekitundu ng'agenda gifuuwa but I'll share pictures. Shanko Gibbs, Julius Mugarura, Agbala K. Emmanuel, Daniel Singoma, Sechitoleko Norman, Nuwaha Norman, Bruno Isingoma, Richard Muonge, Muyombia Mark, Richie Chikawa, Muchunguzi Gerald, Nima, Name Emmanuel, Paul Sema VIP, Henry Modanjus, Geoff Rugamba, Chairman Zach, Asha Keith, Paul Banaria, Igumba Jonathan, Eddie Marvin, Lawrence Omule, Lucky Mose, K. Jovan Hasmat, Joe Kabali, Jonathan Semuwanga, Oza Mosantu, Magembe Frank, Kato Muhammad, Ray, Empire FX Bot, Chintu Mark, Deztech, Chris Fitness, bamaze ino mulowoza Jesse Semoge, Felix Atungisa, Daniel Singoma, Nima, bamaze JK, I built a home before it was done. I just entered and rushed to build a commercial house in my small town for business. Right now, I have no money, but I feel like a king because I have peace. Oh, Thompson. People can invest in dividend-paying stocks, bonds, commodities, etc., and build later. Personally, I don't want to enter an incomplete house, but it's the way many people do it. JK, the reason why people enter incomplete houses is because how do I explain it in a way that you would understand it? Ebiseera ebimu omuntu azimba ennyumba n'abalanga rent gwe yali sasudde eno bw'amussa ku nnyumba bitambula nnyo okitegeera. If I was paying rent of 500,000, for example, and I entered my incomplete house, the 500,000 I would be giving to the landlord, that's about 6 million a year. 6 million ku nyumba chinene. So that's why people enter incomplete houses. People stay 70 kilometers away from where they work here, and it takes 45-50 minutes to get to work. Getting one side of the story is not good. Luemba Roger, that's a conversation we are going to have. And I want to have a conversation with the man, Gwebogirako, Ochisegira, Athankuro Pero Mbede Jeke, Nayera, Mukamo, you don't take us for granted. Mbede Jeke Mulabye. Olava likes this singer active people, Nganga Joseph, good morning. Jeke. Ensonga lwaki abantu bayingira amayumba agatawedde is because one, their income si nnene nnyo. Kati bw'atunulira ennyumba wali amaze ogissaamu amadirisa, amaze ogiyiwa enkokoto nga almost ewedde nga tiwali kimugaana giyingira, n'atunira rent gwawalandira odi wano nga senga ayingira wali ennyumba ye kano ka rent kawalandira odi because emitwalo 2 gagula ensawo za sementi mmeka. Kati nga bwagamba nti guno omwezi kansasule sementi ku hardware, omwezi ogujja baleeta omusenyu, omwezi ogujja bazimbeko kye bazimbye. Okitegeera? So that's why people enter incomplete houses. For me, I enter the incomplete. I always Okay, the second time when Nadema to guy entered the house because that's who I am. I'm just like that. The first time, okay, I'm just like that. I just do. Whatever I know modern just rent ya mutamada. Right? So JK, the reason why people enter incomplete houses is because olumu omuntu abeera ne mu nnyumba gy'abeeramu nga tajagala nga rent amuwayo naye nga waali si waayagala okubeera. It's not like they would rather live in an apartment in let's say in Tinda naye nga abeera nansana kati nga nansana yennyini agambeere nansana ate mpangiseeyo kati nga ayingira ennyumba ye. There are a lot of factors that make people enter incomplete houses. Nze bwe nayingira Kasangati, one reason was naye nsasula emitwalo 25 mu rent kati nga ennyumba ngizimbisize miliyoni 4. Miliyoni 4 emitwalo 25 is like ebeera nga 5% of the house kati nga bwenzijaga 25 bwenzijanga nga sassa wano ate biralamu okitegeera. So mwe bagayi ayinawo obusente bwe nga wagula ddaka protocol totya kuzandika kuzimba. Of course kati ennaku zino muyina plan ze Kasanga tasa akola plan n'ebintu bayagalako okubitwala nembawo emitwalo 5 bajja nga bagala twala wheelbarrow zange jige wheelbarrow pangisiza mpangise nemba wetano ne babireka ne tuzimba nga kati abanajja okusumbwa bajja okusumbwa bawo balage kana akapapula bankubire ne tuzimba okitegeera. Naye kati ate ne matugana linyina okufuna unapproved house plan eyo plan nenjikola. So guys, anybody naddala abasajja nga tususiza emyaka 35 ng'oli Uganda wano jeke mumuleke mubedde ng'oli Uganda wano ate jeke yazimba dda family home ye yazimba jeke ye yazimba ennyumba egatta abaana ba maama we otegeera. Kati jeke ayina gy'alaga ate bw'agenda seba ayogera kuba ye yagizimba. Kati gwe nyumba ya mama usigwa wagizimba eya tata usigwa wagizimba olumuto ina mama ona tata ongazi tosiba ina oyagala kudda mu nyumba ya jjajja ogendo kati ewa jeke tuveyo kuba jeke yazimba dda technically jeke yazimba kuba jeke ne bwakwata mukazi we n'abaana ne bagenda ne bagamba twagala kubeera ku wano tebasobola banyiga okitegeera. Katiao, Cosmos, you have just entered the discussion. Definitely, we have been having that discussion, but the issue of the house is a very pertinent one, So, tewaba wakumala mu manyi. Bobo ina milioni 3 dumba. This is where you wanted me to go. Bobo ina milioni 3 gulake moroka milioni 7 23 ziteke mu nyumba. Bono ingire nyumba ojja kusobola okutekinga bigger risks that will make you more money so that you can buy a better car. I don't know if you get guys, mubere bulungi mukama abawo omukisa. See you tomorrow. Ciao.